Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So here we are on Ruin My Day, Ruinberg. I call it Ruin My Day when I'm in artillery. Basically, this is not a replay about me. When I hit tab here, if you look down here in a tier 8, right here, you have True Voodoo, awesome player from MAHOU, and a tank that I have not seen, heard, read anything about. This is Lansen C. Um, you'll see mainly once I get killed. I saw that tank in the lineup. I'm like, what the heck is that? So basically, after I die, I go to his tank and we stay on that, and you'll be able to see a lot of how it looks. Wicked tank. The gun barrel at the end looks like a wolf head or a dragon head on the end of it. Um, Looks really cool. But yeah, I asked one of the guys, or in general, hoping one of the guys would answer me and tell me when I said, "What is it?" As in, not like medium or whatever. As in, is it a reward tank? Are they selling it? Is he doing alpha testing on it? And some asshole here in our IS4 that is just a turd player runs his mouth and says it's a tank. Of course, he was already dead because he's just a shitter. I'm like, you ask a simple question in World of Tanks and no one can give you a simple answer. There always got to be a smart ass in the bunch. But anyways, let's get this going. I'll go ahead and fast forward it and get it timing down here. Get the old ticker ticking. And our T-92 was nice enough to go AFK after taking, like, I think one shot. I'm going to just speed this up to get me back here. I was hoping that we would have more than 2 tanks go into the city, but that's all we had, and both of them to get knocked out. The Chrysler GF had, I think, 2 shots, didn't penetrate anything, and the IS-4, tier 10 tank, he was just a turd. I think he did like maybe 900, not even that in damage. He just sucked. So I'm zooming in on the old Leopard 1 because I know if I hit him, I will do a nice amount of damage. He keeps rolling forward, rolling forward, rolling forward. I get loaded and he backs up. I go, and when you get a shot like that in a city map that if you hit him, you are just going to tear him a new bunghole. It's like, and I saw a T-44 coming. I'm like, I'm back here going to be literally by myself in a minute. The T-30 gets back here and he tries to help, but this worthless IS-4 and the Chrysler GF Tier 8 going against the Type 5 Heavy. Yeah, that's just not going to fare too well. I couldn't back him up because of where the Type 5 was, so I figured I'd try getting some more shots, and I see a Skoda T50. I'm like, hey, another tank. If I hit him, I'll decimate him. So he's pulling forward, pulling forward, pulling forward, pulling forward. I aim ahead, and he stops. Hit him for 9. I'm like, I am done playing Artie after this match. That's all I could say. So the IS-4, that I don't want to talk about him. He's just a useless shitter. He knew how to run his big old mouth, though. It looks like our whole team basically went up the 0 road, except for the IS-4. The IS-4. What else went up that way? I forget now. Oh, the Chrysler GF. Nice shot in the T-95 right in the button. Just kind of hits right off his track, and I hit him for some splash damage. I was trying to help the IS-4, but, here I was trying to help him, but now I wish I wouldn't have friggin' even shot to try helping him. Considering he just couldn't do anything but run his big old mouth. But our whole team, it just, you can't leave a flank open. It's just, you're going to miserably lose when your team all goes one way, and then they're losing that side too. So I get a direct shot in the Type 5 Heavy and do 329 whopping damage with a gun that average damage on this is supposedly 1,020. I don't know if it shows on this. Damage. Average damage is, I thought it was 1,020, but it says it's 1,050 average damage. Yeah, right. 1,050 on a good day, and if you hit something that has absolutely no armor. So the T-34 just shot at me and bounced. So I'm waiting for him to pull forward, and he's getting ready to shoot at me, but I was able to get a shot off of him, hit him for 312. That time he hit me, I'm just trying to run for dear life because the T-95 must have wanted me gone more than the T-30 because he Tries to get a shot off on me and he misses. And I'm hoping to get reloaded before they take the T-30 out. They hit him again. I'm just trying to help the T-30. I probably should have ran, but I figured, you know, I can get a nice shot on the side of the T-95. So direct shot on the side of the T-95 for a whopping 429. And, excuse me, whatever just shot at me missed. And I thought, okay, do we want to go left or do we want to go right? I figured either way I go, I'm dead. If I went left, you got a window here, and I think this window and maybe that window they get shots through. So I thought, I'll try and go right. But the closest thing I could do would be to try getting over here, and that's just not going to happen. I mean, all they got to do is pop around this corner, and it's free game. So I start going this way, and then I figure, oh, maybe I can get another shot off him, at least where I died, to, you know, so I start turning around, but no, that's all she wrote for moi. But this isn't about this artillery anyways. See right here, I knew I was doomed. I was duped to die. So I just figured give the T-34 an easy shot since he bounced off me last time. But then I'm looking up here and I saw True Voodoo on our team in this Lansen C, and I switched to him in a minute. And looks like we got a light, medium, and a couple mediums here. I thought, well, maybe they'll take at least one of the tanks out there since there's like 4 of them up there. And there's a UDs and a Yak Tiger. Figured they could take those 2 out and cap. Do you think they would? No. And then here's our T-92. And he sits there the rest of the match. I was like, T-92, look to your left, idiot. And I'm like, okay, well, he's not looking to his left. And I figured out, oh, he's AFK. That's why. And then here's the actual reason that I wanted to show this replay was because of this bad-looking mofracker right here. The Lansen C. Let me get it out here with this gun. Check out, if I can get it over. I know I got some pretty good views of this gun. I want to get a close-up of it for you to see, though. There we go. It looks like a dragon head. That thing just looks, and every time I unpause it or pause it, that thing, God bless, that fence keeps knocking me forward. So let's try it this way. And it's, yeah, it's got to be a dragon head, but look at that. It looks so damn cool. The tank itself is just pretty wicked looking. It must be like, you know, you got a helmet here and a helmet here, you know, armor. And it's got one of those solid, it must be wood. That'd be cool if that flag actually kind of waved in the wind. But it's a medium tank. I know that much. I should have been paying attention. Maybe he'll get a shot here on this Yak Tiger. So it looked like he just hit for about, I'm not sure. I want to say it was like 2 something. I'll have to try paying attention. But this thing, it looks like it's pretty fast. So I imagine it has probably absolutely no armor. And the front is got some nice flat spots, so probably going to be pretty easy to pen. Looks like somebody put a round right through his turret, and that is green, so that means it was a regular AP shot that went right through his turret. So I imagine it's probably a medium with really, yeah, here I said, what the fuck is Lansen C? It's a tank from the IS-4 that, you know, was worthless and died right off the bat. I said, duh, no shit, tard. I mean, you ask a simple question in this game, no one will give you an answer. They always got to be some smart-ass, stupid shit that, you know, is the only person that types something. But this thing, it looks just badass. I love the look of it. It's got that low pro style on, and it's fast, obviously. It's got that low profile on the engine deck, which is nice so that you can do exactly what he's doing with reverse side scraping, and you can aim over your engine deck. This is what I think I talk about this in the post-game stats, how he stayed in the bushes quite a bit, which is obviously the smart thing to do. Basically, he's just taking up a position to try and get spots on anything, because the T-95 actually ends up here, and I think another tank destroyer does. But, you know, he's doing the smart thing by just taking up a position in the bush. This guy is an awesome player. I've been in clans when we fought against them in clan wars, and I'm almost 99.9% sure he was on, obviously, the enemy team. Really good player. But, yeah, this thing just looks wicked as hell. Look at that gun. It's like the Type 59 with the gold version. It's got something on the end of the barrel there. It looks like either a dragon or a wolf head. It's on the golden version of the Type 59, though. He's lit, and he takes a shot. I thought he took a shot at the T95. He knows what he's doing, so you know, you can see that he knew to get the hell out of Dodge, and he's got some shells that were just missing him. Got some shields up here. Thing looks badass. I love the look of it. Looks like it's got pretty darn good gun depression. I don't know what nation it is. I don't know anything about the tank. I know nothing about penetration, armor values, what average damage is. Maybe he'll get a shot on the... You know, he hits the Type 5 and I think bounces. Of course, you know, maybe he'll get a shot on the T-34 or something. I'm hoping to see what damage it does when it hits something. 352. So it probably does, I'm guessing, 300. It's either 300, 340, or 390 damage. Because of, you know, RNG, it could be any one of those numbers. You know, 300, it could have been a high roll. 390, it could have been a low roll. Could have been 440 and a real low roll. But that was a pretty good hit. So, you know, 350 something. I'm guessing it's probably, and like I said, I'm guessing it's probably 340 average damage or 390. If you hit the T-34 again, oh shoot, I was hoping to hit the T-34 again to get a better idea. Because if he hits for around 350 again, then I would be saying it's probably like a 340 average damage. The thing is just badass looking. And it books right along. I mean, it's definitely fast. He knows his shit, though. He knows how to play. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I think he wasn't firing just so he didn't get lit. He's just trying to keep things lit for artillery, pretty much. See, I would be worried about that T-95 that was setting up there, coming around this way and flanking me. I think that's actually what happens, too. But you can see, all you see is the gun coming out of the bushes there. That thing is just so wicked looking. Could you imagine pulling up in your tank and you got that thing, a dragon, looking at you? Well, let's see. Tanks has brought in heavy tanks, medium tanks, light tanks, artillery. Now they got wheeled vehicles. I'm guessing the next thing they're going to be bringing into World of Tanks is flamethrower tanks. That would be pretty cool. Can you imagine if they had flamethrower tanks? The range on that would be so pitiful. I mean, that would be something like they would have to put on a T-95 frame so that you actually got some sort of armor. Either that or something really fast where you can just circle around them, you know, circle around them, and torch them as you do. But yeah, this thing is just, it's a badass looking little tank. Medium. I wish I knew what the statistics were, you know, for armor and stuff. 1350 hit points, so that's pretty standard for the medium health pool of a, you know, of a medium. But you can see he definitely knows what he's doing. He's a real good player. He knows not to set somewhere too long. Obviously, they still have artillery. He's got 6th sense, which is a good thing. Type 5 takes a shot and misses him. Something hits him here in a minute, though, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right. Oh yeah, this is where I went to look at the T-92, and I said, please report T-92 for AFK. I mean, and especially the T-92, biggest gun in the game, we could definitely be using him to help, you know, obviously win. And there's that darn T-95. And yeah, it ended up taking him out. But yeah, so, you know, kudos to True Voodoo. He did an awesome job in this match. You know, tier 8 tank in a tier 10 game, and he got, you know, the highest amount of damage. I even said, you know, nice try, Voodoo. I mean, the guy he's just a wicked player, plain and simple. Anyways, so if you want to hold on for a minute, we'll have some post game stats and kind of, I think I will go over kind of what he. Hey, look what I found. So before we go over the results of that match, so this is the Lansen C. They ended up, looks like they put a different flash suppressor on the end of the barrel. It is a tier 8 medium, 1350 hit points, hull armor, and I don't know, this is said hit super test today. I don't know when the date was, December 5th, 2018. So I don't know. I don't know if these stats have changed at all whatsoever. Hull armor on the front is 100, and on the turret 70. On the side you have 40 on the hull and 70 on the turret, and 25 in the rear on the hull and 30 on the turret. So armor wise, is what I thought when I was watching the replay. When something can go through a turret as easy as something did like that. Well, man, it had tier 10s in there too. So, but yeah, so mediocre armor, but looked like the engine power was really good, which has 680 horsepower engine. Turret traverse is 32 is all right. Hull traverse 36, so that's all right. For a medium, those numbers would be a little bit higher. It would seem, or at least be nice. V range 380, so that's pretty good. Top speed is 50 in forward, 20 in reverse, pretty good. Power to weight 28.39, that's pretty darn good. Penetration 208 standard, 242 premium, 53 HE. I don't know if it's APCR, heat, or whatever, it doesn't say here. 320 average damage for your standard and your premium, 420 for your HE. Dispersion is 0.38. Aim time is a little bit high for a medium, 2.5. That dispersion, it's a Swedish tank, so it seems like the dispersion and the aim time would be a little bit better. And the reload is 9.2. Gun depression is nice at -10 and +20. That reload you can probably get down to probably around 8. Just around 8 seconds with, gun rammer and perks and whatnot. So, yeah, anyways, so this is a little bit about the Lansen C I was able to find before I went over the post-game stats. So if you want to hold on for a minute, now we'll go over the post-game stats. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the results of that match. And I hope this sounds alright. But anyways, it really sounds zicky, like making some weird sounds in my headset. So I really hope it sounds alright for you guys. But anyways, so yeah, the results really aren't what matters. What was the highlight of this was True Voodoo from MAHOU and his Lansen C. I thought maybe, oh my God, they're selling a new tank, and I just haven't seen it. So I don't know if it's a reward tank or what the deal is with it, but that's mainly why I showed this review or replay and stuff was because of that. Must be a pretty good tank. Well, he's a damn good player. I know him. So yeah, I know he's a really good player. And yeah, so you can see he's in a tier 8 and he did 3420 damage. Yeah, so that doesn't tell you much right there. Yeah, if you ever see him play, which you got to a little bit here, real good player. I've seen him play, well, obviously, in clan wars against him and stuff. Really good player. But anyways, so what I did in artillery, which our team all kind of went field, and I should have just zung out of there. Should have got out of there. The mistake I made was sticking around thinking some of our heavies were going to try and cover the city, which I think 1, maybe 2 did. But most of the shots of damage I did were shotgunning, basically, close range. Hit the Type 5 heavy, I think 1 time for 329. Knocked out his driver. Leopard 1, he was out in the field. He's moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. As soon as I pull the trigger, he stops. I'm like, God bless America. Same thing with the Skoda T50. So I only did 102 damage to him, and it really wasn't too close. I was using premium rounds. I use premium rounds in city maps because a lot of times somebody will hide around a corner where you can't hit them, and they'll only have maybe 30, 50 hit points left. Well, you can drop around right in front of them on that corner, and it'll still splash them and usually kill them. So that's why I was using premium rounds. But anyway, so The Skoda T50, we hit him for a whopping 9 and knocked out his track. T95, we got some good shots in his side and his rear for 794. Knocked out his track, destroyed his track, knocked out his loader and the T34. Got him for 312. It was a direct shot too, if I remember right. Knocked out his track and his driver and bounced one of his rounds. Believe it or not. So we did third, fourth, fifth most damage at 1546. And like I said, True Voodoo from MAHOU and his Lansen C. It looks wicked. I really like the looks of it with like a wolf head on the end of the gun barrel. It just looks really cool. I wish the flag on top of the turret from whatever era, or it looks like there was, armor and stuff. But I wish the flag would wave. That would be kind of cool, but it's just one solid, like, chunk of wood. But he did really good. So we had 6 shots, 2 direct hits. None of them penetrated fully because of what I was shooting at, obviously. Type 5 heavy, T95. Got 7 splash damage, Hazel Pete's. For 1546, from a distance of more than 300 meters, you can see only 805. Most of that was pretty close. Got hit 3 times, 2 pen, 1 bounce. Damage blocked by armor was 400. I didn't look to see if he was shooting premium rounds. He might have just got a real crappy angle or something, but to bounce off artillery, only got 60 millimeters of armor all the way around on that, but the T-34's got a wicked gun. Damage 5, destroyed 0. Stuns cost 6. We lost 62,000. Wow, we only made 19. That's sad. Maybe the what is it? 212, right? Yeah, 212A. Maybe that doesn't make too good of credits. That's not very much at all. But we lost 62,189 from using premium rounds. But enough of that. I was just showing this replay, not for my artillery. Actually, after seeing that Lansen C, obviously he's a wicked player. So, it's like I say, you can't expect the same results if you're a mediocre to not a really good player. You're just learning. He's in a very prestigious clan. He's a great player. He knows how to handle. You could give him a tier 1, put him in a tier 10 match, and he'd probably kick ass anyways. So he's got the skill to run pretty much any tank that you give him control of, and he's going to do great. So let that be a forewarning. If they do sell that tank, if it is going to be for sale, like I said, I don't know if it's a reward tank, if they're selling it, if he's alpha testing it, what's going on with it. I just saw it in the match, and of course, I asked, does anybody know what it is? And you get some asshole in a IS-4 who was one of our top tier tanks that got knocked out and did shit for damage. It's going to run his mouth, it's a tank. No shit, Sherlock. I'm wondering, is it a reward tank? But no one said anything other than the dipshit, that was running his mouth in the the IS-4. I hate it when people do that. You can't ask a simple question in World of Tanks without getting some stupid asshole that's just going to run his mouth and not give you an answer. I mean, if I owned the tank, or if I knew anything about the tank, and somebody said, "Hey, what about that tank?" I would have said something, but I ask, or anybody else asks, and you get a dumbass running his cum dumpster. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review, replay, whatever. It's mainly because of that tank there. You can see once I died, and I figured out that was in the actual gameplay. I tried to stay right on him. I did switch to the T92 and asked everybody to report him because, one of the biggest artilleries in the game, and he's AFK. Big help for the team there. But he did sneak in a lot of bushes there, so a lot of times all you'll see is his gun hanging out. But wicked looking tanks. So you guys let me know if you think you'll buy it when it comes out. Unfortunately, I didn't really get any good replay of him damaging much of anything, because all that was really left by the time I knew he was in there was a Type 5, which is a bitch to penetrate. So I didn't really see how much damage it was doing, if it was doing like 230, 280, 390, 440, so it'll be interesting to see once it comes out what it actually does. But I hope you guys enjoyed this replay review of that, actually, the kind of the new tank there, the Lansen C. And you guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.